Right, today I'm going to be talking to you about 3 things to think about when you buy your Nordic walking poles. And the first one is, what length do I buy? We broadly recommend that you buy a fixed length pole. So you need to work out the right length for you. Well, the first method is to use some maths. So you take your height in centimeters, multiply it by 0.68, and then round it down to the nearest 5 centimeter increment. All fixed length poles come in 5 centimeter steps, so 105, 110, 115, and you just round down till you hit that nearest one. So I'm 5'5" and I walk with 110 centimeter poles. If you don't want to do the maths and you're lucky enough to be somewhere where you can try different poles, the other option is to stand with your pole and work it out based on the angle of your elbow. So you stand bolt upright, you have your pole vertical, elbow tucked into your side, and you hold the pole where you would be strapped in. And you want this angle here to be slightly more than 90 degrees and this bone to be sloping slightly downhill. So if I had a bead of water here, it would roll down my arm and splash off onto the ground. And then that is the right size pole for you. There are reasons why those 2 methods might vary slightly from person to person. Body proportion can affect it, maybe an injury. So if you've got any doubts, the best thing to do is to have a lesson with a Nordic walking instructor, and they'll then be able to advise you on the right pole length for you. Or give Paula a ring in our shop, and she's really happy to talk to you on the phone and give you as much advice as we possibly can over the phone. So once you've worked out what length pole you want, then you need to decide what type of pole you want. And there's 3 options really: a fixed length pole, a 3-piece travel pole, or a 2-piece adjustable pole. Now, a 2-piece adjustable pole is really just for teachers. It just means one size pole fits everybody. But there's disadvantages. They're heavy, they tend to vibrate a little bit more. So if you're buying poles just for you, I wouldn't recommend a 2-piece pole. So if you're only going to be walking in the UK, maybe not traveling, and you don't need to pack your poles away, then a fixed length pole is always the best option. They're lovely and light, they're stiff, they're strong, and so when the pole is flying through the air, they just feel lovely. So a fixed length pole is always a really, really good choice. However, maybe you're wanting to go carry them in a rucksack when you're out walking for the day, or if you want to travel, then a really cool pole is a 3-piece folding travel pole. And these tend to be made from really nice lightweight material. They fold up so easy, they weigh nothing. You can pop them in your rucksack or put them in hand luggage to go on a plane, or in the hold luggage. They fold up really, really easily. And then you can just put them back together, and they're simple to use, and they behave just like a fixed length pole. So these are mine, and they're still only 110 centimeters. So they are great. They tend to be a little bit more pricey, because there's a bit of technology in them, and they always tend to be 100% carbon, which does make them lovely and light, but a little bit expensive. Talking of carbon, the third thing you want to think about is, what are your poles made of? And most good quality poles do have an element of carbon in them. The more carbon, the more expensive, but the lighter, the stiffer, the stronger, and the less they vibrate. So these are some of my poles. They're 100% carbon. These are 75% carbon. And the 2 examples we've got here of foldable poles are also both 100% carbon. You can also buy poles that are aluminium or titanium, and they're really durable, but they do tend to be a little bit heavy, and they do vibrate more than a carbon pole. So I always say to people, get as much carbon as you can afford. Fixed length is always the best idea, but if you want something that's versatile, go for a 3-piece travel pole. If you want any advice, just get in contact with our shop, nordicwalk.store, have a chat to Paula on the phone, drop us an email. We're really happy to talk you through all the different options. You only ever buy one pair of poles once, so buy once, buy well, and then you can get out there and love your Nordic